Okay, welcome. I see quite a few of you already joining. Fantastic. Thanks for being early. We're just going to wait a little bit for Jared Kruger, our head of education, to log in, and we can begin today's session. So in the meantime, everybody, please open up your chat function. Just going to make sure everyone can engage in the chat. There we go. Open up your chat function and say hi to the rest of the group. Introduce yourself. Maybe let us know where you are logging in from today. I am logging in from Cape Town. So let's see, open up the chat, everyone. And also make sure in the chat that you are sending the message to everyone and not just hosts or panelists. So please write into the chat there or set that setting to everyone, not just the hosts or the panelists. So fantastic. I could see Siposetu, Boitumelo, Palesa, fantastic. Keep writing there where you are logging in from. I'm just going to double check if Jared is going to be in the room soon. So give me a moment while I handle everything on my side. Okay, so we have you logging in from Midrand, lovely. Port Elizabeth, okay. Orlando East, okay, lovely. Then we've got some from Johannesburg, Newcastle, Roodepoort, Durban. Fantastic. Keep writing into the chat, everyone. Say hello. Let me know where you're logging in from today and see how many other entrepreneurs are in the room today from all over South Africa. So maybe we have some of you that are logging in from not South Africa. Maybe there's another place. So please write it there. Okay, we've got Gauteng, got Pretoria. Lovely, everyone. Fantastic. So just keep introducing yourselves. I'm going to wait just a little bit before we begin. And today is going to be a lovely session just to get you all comfortable and ready for the program. So congrats to everybody for reaching this point and getting onto the Entrepreneurship Development Program hosted by the Startup School. So keep writing there. All right. Okay, I think I see Jared, you have joined. I'm just going to promote you. There we go. Wow, we have so many people from different places. Lovely to see. Got Worcester. Okay. And I think there should be quite a few more of you joining today. So just give us a little bit of time to let others log in as well. Okay.
Hey, Tanya, let me, for some reason, it's not letting me put my video on. I'm not sure if there's a setting there for me.
Okay, no worries, Jared. I'm just going to make you co-host. Maybe that will be helpful.
Cool.
There we go. All set up there. Welcome, Jared.
Fantastic.
Hear you and see you perfectly.
Brilliant. And Simon's here. Fantastic.
I'm also going to promote Simon. In the meantime, everyone, continue engaging. We have some raised hands there. Okay, let's give it another minute or so, Jared, because I think we have quite a few entrepreneurs joining today's session. So
Brilliant.
In the meantime, let's see what else we can ask our entrepreneurs in the chat function.
Seeing all the people coming into the room, that's super exciting. If you have just joined us, definitely, as Tanya mentioned, open up the chat and say hi to us in the chat function. That's going to be the easiest way to keep the energy alive and stay connected the whole way through the session. Make sure that you are chatting to everyone so that we all are able to see what it is you're saying. And please feel free to keep that chat going the whole time. We really, really do enjoy that engagement, and we can also make sure that all our questions are are at least recorded. So if we don't get to answering them necessarily today, we have them so we can get an answer to you as soon as is possible. Great. I see in the chat we're letting, as you mentioned, Tanya, letting us know where in the world you are sitting today, so we can see how big today's room is. So if you haven't yet done that, please do open up the chat and let us know where you're sitting in the world, or in South Africa or anywhere. Um, cool. So
Let me just
Tanya,
add, if you haven't yet set your setting in the chat, make sure you're sending messages to everyone and not just the hosts and the panelists, so that everyone can see your message as well.
fantastic. Cool. More and more people are coming into the room. So let's give it another 30 seconds or so before we officially kick off. Yeah, we've got Zimbabwe, so we do have some international. That's fantastic. And I see if I go back on the list, we're definitely representing quite a lot of South Africa, which is great, from the Cape all the way through to KZN. Yeah, those that haven't yet engaged on the chat, please do open up your chat. Let us know where you are coming from, and we would love to get a sense of how big the entrepreneurial circle is in today's session. Yes, load shedding. I see somebody saying battling there. I'm also a load shedding here, plugged into the inverter, so running off batteries. We make a plan, hey? We're South Africans. We definitely have to just keep on going. So just so that everybody does know, we are going to record today's session. So if there is a problem with connectivity, you will have access to the session. And of course, all the information is available on the website and on the Learning Campus, as well as you could reach out to any one of us, Simon, Tanya, or myself, to find out more. So I think it's probably a good idea that we kick today off officially. If people do join in, just welcome them. Today is a very relaxed session. Today is all about getting to know who we are and what this journey is going to be all about. So I guess the starting point is thank you so much for making the time to join us in this first live session of the 12-week entrepreneurship development program. And we're extremely excited to have you all here. So my adjective to describe what I'm feeling is excited, but I want to know a word that best describes what you're feeling right now. So if you could also in the chat, let me know an adjective that describes what it is you're feeling now. And I want honesty. So if you're feeling exhausted, put it down there. If you're feeling amped, put it down there. Whatever it is that you're feeling right now, let us know in the chat so we get a sense of the energy and how people are feeling. And it's important that we are able to start sharing these kinds of things, because we're about to embark on a really, really interesting journey where we get to explore ourselves and, of course, the entrepreneurial circle that is the one that you've joined with Startup School. Great. I'm seeing some great adjectives coming through there. Very excited to be reading them. We got hella excited. We've got happy, amped, more happy, enthusiastic, fantastic. A bit of nervous with a bit of excitement. Nerves are good. Nerves are good. They help us get things done. So definitely a valid feeling. So yeah, I think let's officially kick this thing off. Stellenboom, who are both your incredible entrepreneurial coaches. Tanya takes another role, and she is a superstar operations organizer and coordinates the course here at Startup School. But primarily, she is a fantastic, fantastic accountability partner and one of our main coaches here. You're going to get to know these two people very well over the next little while. So I do hope you enjoy your time with them. So a very warm welcome to the Startup School, and a massive congratulations for getting here. You are now part of the Startup School family. So it's a warm welcome. And you have been successfully enrolled onto this 12-week program because of your application strength. So definitely a huge congratulations. And I think a round of applause to you all. We're really excited about the caliber of entrepreneur on this particular program. And I know, because we've been doing this for 7 years, that you are being provided with an opportunity to enhance yourself as an entrepreneur and, of course, your business. So we look forward to the next few weeks with you. Startup School has been running now for 7 years, and we have some incredible stories about our alumni. And I hope that you are going to become an alumni with us as you complete the program. So aside from engaging with some really cutting edge content and going through a very highly practical program, you're going to be engaging with support via coaching. And I'm really, really excited about that experience that you're going to be having with us. So today's session is really an orientation kind of webinar where we get to connect with you a little bit, and as we've already been doing in the chat, get to know who you are just at the start of this whole thing. Get to know where it is you're coming from. So we've seen that we represent a large part of South Africa. And although we have 50 people in the room, there are a further 150 people who are on the program. This is not a compulsory session, which is why we don't necessarily have everybody here. It's going to be recorded and shared with those that haven't been able to make it. But today really is about getting you comfortable with who we are, getting you comfortable and really, really excited about what the next 12 weeks are going to be about. So there's going to be opportunity for questions, but don't delay in putting your questions down into the chat so that you don't forget them, and just ping us if we haven't yet answered them. We will do our best to answer as many of your questions today as we can. Hopefully we answer them preemptively, but if we don't, you of course can ask us, and of course you are now connected to us, and we will be able to engage with you on the discussion forums via email. And we look forward to that. So you are going to be joining over 4,000 people who have been enrolled onto this program, and well over 2,000 people who've completed the program with us. And that's a big deal for us. It's a big deal that we've been able to run this thing for as long as we've been running it, but more importantly, that we've been able to impact people in terms of their entrepreneurial journey, their entrepreneurial mindset, their skills development, and of course, their opportunity to network and connect with like-minded and unlike-minded entrepreneurs, and of course, funders and investors. So it's a really, really big deal. And again, really, really proud of where we come from, and really proud that we are now engaging with you. So I know from the diversity of entrepreneurs that we've had on the program, that in this room right now, the 55 people that are sitting here, we have incredible diversity of skill, of talent, and of course, industry. So what I would love for you to do is to let me and the rest of the room know, what industry do you represent in your entrepreneurial space? So even if you're pre-launch, it doesn't matter. What is the industry that you're playing in? So pop that into the chat so we can get to see. Education, whether it's in retail, fashion, let us know, and we will get a sense of how broad the room is in terms of the representation here. Fantastic. Look at all those industries popping in. Excellent, excellent, excellent. All right. Okay. So the super exciting thing about the program that you are going on to is that it is tailor-made to suit you at the stage of business you're in and the industry that you're in. So it is adaptable and diverse enough that you will get what you need to from the program to enhance yourself as well as your business. But what's really exciting about being in a program with different industries is that there's an opportunity for this thing called cross-pollination, the opportunity to learn from the mistakes and of course the advancements of different industries. And I really do believe that this cross-pollination within the entrepreneurial and startup space is absolutely critical for innovation. So I want to encourage you to not keep your mindset locked into just your industry. I want you to engage with other industries and entrepreneurs who are playing in very different spaces from your own, because you never know what you as a farmer may learn from somebody in the hospitality industry. You never know what somebody operating in fashion could learn from somebody who's working in fintech. This is an important thing to start opening our minds to the opportunities of cross pollination and learning from one another. So my next question to you all is, what stage of business are you in? Are you pre-launch? Are you still playing with your idea? Are you at launch stage, or have you been running this thing for a while? So let me know, are you pre, are you launched, are you post-launch? And if you have launched, let us know how many years you've been doing this thing for, or how many months, or how many days. It doesn't matter. Let us know where you're at. Okay, fantastic. So again, we have got launch, we've got pre-launch, we've got at the really early stage, we've got some people, sitting, having gone on a little bit. This is again something I want to say to you all, is it's really, really powerful to be in a room with people who are at different stage of businesses, because what happens is there's different energy, there's different ways of conducting yourself before you launch, there's different rules applied to you, there's different rules that apply to you when you have launched and when you're after the fact, when you're now running this thing. And it's important that when you are running, that you remember what it was like to be pre-launch, what that energy was like, what you were doing, what rules did you not know? And then likewise, the other way around, those people who haven't yet launched, what can you learn from the people that have been doing this thing for a little while? What school fees have they paid? And maybe you don't have to pay those school fees. All right. So what I'm trying to point to here is that we are a diverse group of people. We come from various backgrounds. We have different industries represented here, and we have different stages of businesses here. And this is really a powerful opportunity. And as with if you were to go and do an MBA, they say the value in most business education is not necessarily the content, but the opportunity to meet and network with different high-powered, driven, talented humans. And this is a huge part of what Startup School is. So I want to take this opportunity to really encourage you to reach out, to make new friends, to engage with those people that you see in the room today, and of course those people that are going to be on the discussion forums in the 12-week program. But now I'm going to hand over to the most wonderful Tanya, who is going to take you through some of the more important aspects of what to expect over the next 12 weeks, and to try and get you to be comfortable with what it is you're going to be doing in terms of online learning and in terms of the 12-week program. So the rhythms that you're going to experience, the expectations that we have of you, and of course, the understanding of how you're going to need to deliver and what energy levels you're going to need to be bringing on a weekly basis to make this a success for yourself and for your business. So Tanya, over to you, and I look forward to hearing more about what you have to say.
Thank you, Jared. Thank you so much for sharing these important points with the entrepreneurs. It's really going to set the tone for that growth mindset that I know you all have, and you will develop more and more throughout the program. So as Jared mentioned, I'm Tanya. I am one of your business coaches and the program manager here at the Startup School. And I'd also like to welcome you and congratulate you for making it as a Startup School entrepreneur. So a round of applause to all of you. And so, as Jared mentioned again, I am going to be going through some of the most important points and things that you need to remember for the program. And do not worry, we are recording this session and I will upload it for you, so you can still go back if you've missed anything. And before we get started, I also just want to mention something. And the way we work and the way our core approach is that we are here to empower and support you, not necessarily test you like the way they did in the school days. You know, you wrote a test and you submitted an assessment and we gave you a percentage. That's not what we really do here. We provide the tools and the knowledge that you can use to develop your business and yourself as an entrepreneur. Rather than providing marks on your submission, we provide feedback, qualitative feedback that you can actually practically apply in your life, so that you can see those shifts in your business and for yourself. So from our experience, and I'm actually going to ask you all a question, so keep your chat function open. And from our experience, we found that many entrepreneurs often look back at the program, and part of their greatest learnings were from developing their entrepreneurial mindset, managing their time properly, and actually having an objective for the program. So knowing what your goals are for the program and for your business. So in light of this, I'd love it if some of you can write into the chat there, what is your objective for the program? What do you want to gain from doing the startup school? Just a short sentence there. So quickly write into the chat, what is those objectives that you have for the program? Let's see. We'll wait for some objectives to come through. Nice one, Nokutula. Networking. Would like to learn how to effectively run a business. Okay, successfully launching. All right, proper structures to scale. I like that. All right, how to successfully run your business, how to keep sustainable. These are some really great thoughts here, everyone. Sustainable business ethics. Fantastic. All right, learning more entrepreneurial skills, creating your own work. Lovely, everyone. Keep writing those objectives there, because sometimes it is actually quite nice to almost relate to some of the rest of the entrepreneurs in this group, and you could even work together to make sure that you tackle some of these objectives together. Okay, successfully professional admin and financial side. Okay, fantastic. Thank you for sharing your objectives. Keep sharing them there. This is so great to see. And I can see that many of you are meant to be here. And I cannot wait to see you start actually achieving these objectives. It might seem in the beginning now that it seems like a long way, but once you get to that point, you'll be so overwhelmed and excited for how far you can actually come, even in just 12 weeks. So remember these objectives that you've written down, write them down for yourself somewhere on a piece of paper if you need to, and think about how you can achieve these as you go through the information that we share with you. And what's really lovely is that in this first week that you were in, the orientation week, you were able to start writing down those goals. And in week 1, which will be released to you next week, you're going to be able to start really unpacking how to reach these goals and tapping into your entrepreneurial mindset. So keep these in mind, and I'm really excited to work on these objectives with you. I'm sure Simon as well, who's our other coach here, is also very excited to work with you there. Okay, so now let's get into a little bit more of the structural side of the program, just so that we're very comfortable. And I'm going to ask you another question. And before I do, I want you to find the raise your hand option in this Zoom call. All right, I can see it there. You don't have to click it yet. And my question to you, if you have been able to, please raise your hand if you've been able to log in. I want to just get a general idea if you've been able to log in. So raise your hand if you've logged into the program already. All right, I see that number going up. Good. Wow, that's majority of you here right now. That's great to see. Fantastic. So I could see you excited and you're ready, and you've already started going through the program and getting used to the platform. Fantastic, everyone. Lovely to see. So if you haven't logged in, do not stress. You still have till about Monday to go through the orientation. And if you are struggling to log in, I've sent you a WhatsApp for everybody to know our WhatsApp number. If you don't have it, I will be sharing my details at the end of this session. And please do get in contact with us to try get you onto the platform. It is important so that you can stay on track. Okay. So I'm just going to share some slides quickly to just explain a little bit more of our structure in a bit more detail. Okay. I'm going to make sure I have the chat open here so I can see any questions. So the first thing I wanted to touch on is, what is the Startup School program? What are you going to expect from this program? So this is a 12-week online program, not including this orientation week. So you have 12 weeks of content starting on Monday. Therefore, everything will be online. You've all logged in, and you could see you have access to all the information on the dashboard that we've shared with you. So these 12 weeks will consist of different activities, feedback from coaches such as myself and Simon, and discussion forums. So Jared mentioned earlier, start engaging with one another, start learning from one another, use the discussion forum for your engagement there. It's a really lovely place to tackle challenges and learn about different points of entrepreneurship. Then we'll also have some webinar lectures like this one. Not every week. We'll let you know when we have extra webinar lectures. And then last but definitely not least, plenty and plenty of knowledge. And because this is an online program, you can also know that you can do this at any time from anywhere. There's no specific classes that you need to attend each week. This is up to you. You have control over this process as much as you can. So please dedicate some time to go through the content, go through the activities, practically apply yourself, and you'll enjoy this program so much more if you put the time in for yourself. I also don't want you to fall behind with any of the content and the work that we share with you, because then you will feel pressured and then you can't practically apply yourself as well as you would like to. So set a time now in your calendar of when you want to start working on the Startup School. And it shouldn't take you every single day of the week. So you will be able to fit this in if you have a 9-to-5 job, or you have a 9-to-5 and maybe you have a family and you also have your business to run. So you will be able to fit this in. If you ever do feel like you are falling behind, please do contact your coaches. We will support you and get you back on track. Okay, so I wanted to share first, to start off, what are the opportunities and the rewards that you can gain from being a Startup School entrepreneur? So firstly, you have opportunities to engage with coaches and experts in the field. So you will receive personalized feedback on your assessments from your coaches. Then you'll also have access to the Startup School network. You'll be able to network with each other in this group, and you'll also potentially be able to network with other Startup School alum that have already gone through the program. You'll have lifetime access to the course content. So for those that are ever worried about missing some information, you will be able to log in anytime after this program is complete. You'll receive a completion certificate also listing all of the modules that you've covered. And then you'll have an opportunity to apply for the prize funding competitions of normally up to 100,000 Rand. But it's not just about entering that competition. It's also about what you learn or gain from the process of learning how to pitch your business idea. So I do encourage you to try that out once you've completed the program. And then last but definitely not least is the valuable content and the tools that we'll share with you in this 12-week journey. So what does the program look like? How are these 12 weeks going to be structured? Okay, so this is important, and you can maybe write these important points down for yourself. So we'll be releasing one topic to you each week. So next week, we'll be working on developing an entrepreneurial mindset. And then the following week, we'll release module 2, which is design thinking. So each Monday, we'll release this topic to you, and that will be at 10 a.m. So you can expect an email from us saying, module 1 is released. You can start working on module 1 already. So that is the time and day that each module will be released. And then the second thing to remember is that you'll be submitting 1 or 2 activities each week. So this is important. This is what you need to complete in order to complete this program successfully and receive your personalized feedback from your coaches. So please spend your time in the week to submit these activities, and they do have a deadline. And the deadline is the following Monday before midnight. So you'll have an entire week to go through the content, say, for example, design thinking. You'll have an entire week to go through that. And then that following Monday before midnight, your submission is due. So please make sure you submit those activities. Otherwise, you will not be able to receive your feedback, and you might also fall behind. So I really do not want you to fall behind in the program. If you're struggling to submit an activity, contact us beforehand. And I know there are things such as load shedding and sometimes obstacles in the way in the week. So I do encourage you to not leave it last minute either. It's probably best to submit your activities a bit earlier if you can, if you do encounter any challenges or obstacles, then at least you have a little bit of time as well. And then after submitting your assessment, Simon or I will be assigned to you as your coach, and we will provide feedback on your assessment. So you'll be able to find it after you've submitted it, and we'll have about a week or so to provide that feedback to you. And once you've received that feedback, you also have an opportunity to reply to that feedback and continue that conversation if you have any questions to your coach based on the assessment that you submitted to us. All right. So now that I've gone through how each week will look like, I also want to just explain to you what what the next 12 weeks will look like. So as you already know, you are in the orientation, which is helping you navigate and learn about the platform. And then next week, we get into the juicy stuff. The real learning starts here, and where you'll have to submit your assessments as well. And as you can see, week 1 and 2, it says boot camp. So you guys are currently in the boot camp now. And what this entails is just completing at least week 1 and 2 and submitting your activities on time for week 1 and 2 in order to pass this boot camp. If you do not pass this boot camp, then we will have to remove you from the program. It's a point that we need to, or milestone that needs to be put in place so that we could see if this is something for you and if you're able to keep up with the program moving forward. And you can also make the decision if you will be able to keep up with the program. So please complete week 1 and 2. But I know from the energy in this room, I can see we're going to pass the boot camp. So let's move over to what the next weeks will be. And you'll be engaging with many more topics from week 3 to 8. And then comes a point where we do something called the split. So Jared asked you earlier what stage of your business you're in. Some of you are pre-launch. Some of you have been operating for quite some time. Maybe you've launched and you're just getting into your groove. This is when we created 2 parts for those that are still in the very early stages of your business. You can go and choose that path of content to cover. And some of you are ready to scale. So then we'll put you into that path to continue with. So it's tailored for both different streams as well. But we'll continue that conversation when we get to that point. And then you'll continue with the program from week 9 till 12. And then once you've completed the program, you'll gain those opportunities that I've shared with you. And then we'll release the prize funding application. So only if you complete the program will you have access to the prize funding application. Okay. Before I go on to, I'm going to quickly show you the platform as well. Before I do that, I just wanted to share our contact details with you and what they are used for. So you can contact us on info@startupschool.ac. Remember, it's .ac, not co.za or ac.za. It's just .ac. And we'll write it into the chat here for you as well. So you could save that email. So if you have any inquiries, please do contact us there. I've also popped most of you a WhatsApp with this number. If you don't have it, please take this number down and send me a WhatsApp. You can contact me around your submissions, if you're having any trouble with submitting your activities, or if you have any questions around that. And then lastly is your feedback. So you can reply to your feedback if you want to have a conversation with your coach specifically. So you could use that platform to chat to us there. All right, so now let me go on to the dashboard. Okay, just want to quickly walk through this in case there's something that you've missed or if there's something that you might be confused about. So I'm showing it to you in the desktop view, but I'll quickly show you as well what it may look like on your mobile, because some of you might be using your cell phones for the program as well. So when you log into the dashboard or your Startup School Learning dashboard, you'll see your the home page. And in this homepage, you'll see the program that you are onboarded to, or the one that you've joined. In your case, it won't say alumni, but you'll get access to this one once you are alumni. And you'll be able to see which activities are due, which ones you might have missed, etc., what you have completed. So this is a great general snapshot of how you're doing in the program. Then once you are on this page, you can either click view, or if you can just resume your learning that you were busy with in the past. So I'm just going to jump to a page so it doesn't take too long to load. So when you click view, you will end up on this course overview page where you can see the information about the program. And if you click course outline, you can see all the different topics that we'll be going through in the next couple of weeks. As you can see, this one is on until week 8, but the other other 4 weeks will be ready when you're in your path or your stream. As you can see, we release the topics to you weekly, like I've mentioned. So you will see the date when we will also be releasing those topics to you. So you won't be able to access them yet until they are ready to be sent to you. Another thing that I just wanted to point out is this bar on the left. This is very helpful if you're ever looking for something. Just look through this bar and you should be able to find what you are looking for. You'll have your courses, your dashboard, what your activities are. If you want to set your goals in your orientation module, you can set your goals here. Once you're an alumni, you can also create your alumni profile. So that's what's there. You won't have that just yet. The next thing I want to quickly show you is what it will look like on mobile. So I know some of you are using your mobile, and please excuse the other side here, but you'll be able to see what the course this way. And to find that black bar on the side, you just have to click these lines here, and you'll find all your information there as well. So if you are struggling to navigate, like I said, those three lines over there. Okay. And then last but definitely not least, I quickly want to show you how to submit an activity. So sometimes you'll submit a written activity, and sometimes you'll submit a video like you've done in your applications. And you'll be using YouTube to submit any of your videos. So please get used to YouTube. If you are struggling, we'll send you information on how to get on track with setting up your YouTube. But once you end up at an activity, you could see each week you'll have your lessons. And at the end of the week is normally the activity. It normally has a little sign like this that has a little writing sign there. So at the end of the week, you normally see your activities there. Then on the activities page, you go through all of the instructions. Please read through the instructions. They are also quite helpful as a guide to complete the activity. We also sometimes share templates with you. So if you do ever see that we share templates, you can find them next to the question here. Once you've written your exercise or your assessment, you can upload your document here and submit your assessment. Once you've done that and you've received your feedback, you should get a notification here that you've received your feedback, or you can find it in your My Activities section there. Okay, I hope that covers many of your questions that you might have, but if you do have, please write them into the chat. We'll definitely answer your questions at the end of this session. I'm just going to stop sharing my screen quickly. Okay, so that is your learning environment, and that's actually what you can expect from the program. But before I go, I actually want to play a game. Let's play a little game just to freshen our minds. Maybe there's a question that you might have and this actually answers it. So what we're going to do, I want everyone to keep your chat open, and you have to be quite quick and be ready to type. I'm going to ask you a question and see who the first person is to answer that question correctly. So who's the quickest? Okay, are we ready? Okay, hands ready on your keyboards. First question about the program. What time and day are your activities due each week? When do you have to submit your activities by? Okay, well, there we go. We're very quick. I'm glad. Okay, Rudy, you are right. You are the first person to get it right. Rudy Lippert, Monday, 12 p.m. It's actually 11:59. Just before midnight. Okay, so actually even Palesa, you were more specific there. Well done for answering that question. So yes, your activities are due the following Monday before midnight. Okay. All right. Now, the next question is, when is each topic released to you? When is each topic released to you? There we go. All right. I saw we got a little bit mixed up there, but I'm glad I asked those questions. Nepokule, you answer correctly. Monday, 10 a.m., our first person to answer that question. And everybody else is right. I'm glad to see that. Fantastic. Okay, good. One more question, and then I'll hand back to Jared, and then we can answer some of your questions. Name one reward or opportunity for completing the program. Let's see, who's the quickest? One reward or opportunity to complete the program. All right, Nyasha, I see you said funding. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of the funding, and then I'm also going to check for a second one. Heidi, certificate, exactly. I also want to see if there's any others. All right, good. Yes, you could potentially have the access to the prize funding, but remember, there are plenty more opportunities. Exactly, Palesa. Lots of knowledge. Coaching Yonela, exactly. Becoming part of the alumni, Taryn. Love it. Okay, I think I'm happy with how everyone is feeling so far. So before I go and hand over to Jared, I actually want to see your excitement and how ready you are for the program. So let me see a woohoo or yay or a 100% or anything in the chat before I go. Let's see. Woohoo! Fantastic. Thanks, everyone. Over to you, Jared. Thanks so much.
Cool, thanks, Tanya. Fantastic. So what's left now is really an opportunity for you to ask some questions. But please, if you don't feel like asking them right now, you're always welcome to send us an email. And most of, or all of the information that we were going through today is available online on the Learning Campus. So definitely you'll be able to figure it out. Cool. So let's start with some of the questions, and I will do my best. Between myself and Tanya, we'll do our best to answer them, and hopefully we can catch all of them. If we've missed them, just go, "Hey, you missed my question," and then we'll get back to it. So pop them in the chat. The very first one here: can I attend my classes at any time I desire? Siyabonga, absolutely. Okay, so because it is asynchronous and online, it means that you can access the content at the time that best suits you. The rhythms are, though, as Tanya pointed out, that there is a weekly expectation that you work through that content and submit your activity. We also encourage you to be engaging consistently and continuously with the coaches and your fellow students. So while it is asynchronous, you are still expected to do and cover the work on a weekly basis. We will be running live sessions, but these live sessions, as today was, are not compulsory, and they will always be recorded for those people that are unable to attend. Cool. Are we allowed to change ideas if one feels like an idea will not work out? Lesedi, this is a brilliant question. I absolutely love that you asked this. And I think it's something that all of us need to listen to quite carefully. This course is designed to take you through a process of interrogation and enhancement of who you are as an entrepreneur and working on and testing your business. But we are all about entrepreneurship. And if you speak to any successful entrepreneur out there in the world, they will tell you how many times they've changed their idea, how many shifts they've made, how many turnarounds, pivots, you name it, shifts and changes happen. So we do encourage you to work and commit to your idea through this process, but we fully understand that the point of this program is the opportunity to make changes, to make mistakes, to really figure out whether this is the right or the wrong or the in-between thing to do. So often we have guys who go through the program and go, I learned so much, but I have a new idea. And they can apply what they've learned to their new idea. Okay, so that's my long answer to your short question. Change is inevitable. Cool. Would we have access to the scale-up part of the course at another time? Taryn, excellent question. You will have access to both sets of content, but you'll be put into a stream with activities according to where you're at. But yes, you will have access to the alternate stream content, and it's essentially lifetime access to the content that you go through. Cool. Will there be funding application be like a competition thing? That is correct. So Asiva, let's this is a big question that everybody has to ask, and we'll be engaging with this through the course of the program and obviously towards the end. The funding that is available at the end of this 12-week program is set up to be a competition. It's a competition amongst yourselves for up to 100,000 Rand in funding. But let me expand this a little bit. We have countless stories to tell you of times that our judges have put more money into the pot when they've seen brilliant ideas, and countless stories of us connecting people to other investors outside of the ecosystem that is immediately available to you within Startup School. So yes, it's a certain element that has to happen. It's a competition. It might not be your competition. It might not be the most valuable thing right now. In fact, 100,000 Rand might be way too little or way too much. Whatever the case may be, what I want you to think about and to embrace with us here is the learning experience of being guided through to pitching and then competing and putting yourself in front of potential funders. So we've seen people take the same pitch, the same documentation and collateral that they've created for the competition and go secure funding elsewhere to the tune of millions of rands, okay? So please don't feel that this little competition, and I don't mean to belittle the competition, but this tiny aspect of this big program being the pinnacle of what this is all about. It's about the learning, about the connection, and about the opportunity to create a comprehensive, well thought out model and idea or pitch for your business so that you are able to go to the next level, whatever your next level is. I hope that makes sense. Banati, I'm not sure about the Rocket app technicality. We will need to look into that. Tanya and us will take note, and we'll take that up with you outside of this.
Jared, I just wanted to mention this might be something others might be experiencing. I will send you the link, but in the meantime, you could also try, instead of downloading the Rocket Chat app on the App Store, access it via the dashboard. That might get you in sooner. So I'll sort that out in this week.
Brilliant. Cool. The competition, like everything that we do, is virtual. So your submission is virtual, and then if you are fortunate enough to be shortlisted, that is also virtual. In fact, our closing ceremony and award ceremony at the end is also virtual. So everything is entirely online. Tanya, I'm going to get you to answer on the goals on the dashboard.
Yes, on the my goals on dashboard, if I feel that the goals that I've set are not realistic, am I able to change and put new goals? So Keeswa, this is a great question, and I'm glad you are thinking this way. You need to start investigating your goals and seeing if they are realistic for you and creating those steps to achieve them. So yes, please do change them if you need to. You can delete some goals. The dashboard does do that for you. So continuously redefine your goals if you need to.
Cool. Thanks, Tanya. Michaela, during the pitching part of the program, does the course also assist with drafting of a business plan? Oh, absolutely. You are going to have a solid plan put together with all the collateral that you need on either side of that, bolstering it and holding it. And the point of it is that it's not just for this program. The point of it is it's meant to take you and your business to where you need to go. So that is what we're going to help you with. So you're talking about accreditation. So because the course is not marked, so you're not getting a grade, it is a qualitative feedback and it's a coached strategy. The certificate is not going to be credited on an NQF level, but it is a certificate of completion, which is backed by Investec Bank, because they are our keystone funders and supporters of this, as well as the University of Cape Town's Graduate School of Business Foundation. They also endorse the program. So there are two significant bodies who recognize this as an important course, and you'll get the certificate of completion, but it's not an NQF recognized program, and that you can't necessarily take this to plug it into another program. Okay. Right. How do we engage with fellow entrepreneurs throughout the course? Multiple ways here. The primary place for you is on the discussion forums in the chat. Okay, but that's not to say that you can't organize yourselves to create WhatsApp groups if you wish to within industries or within like-minded or geographical locations. We encourage as much networking as you have energy to do. From our perspective, it is the discussion forums and rooms like these that we create that are your opportunities from a startup schools platform perspective. Cool. During the presentation stages, do I have to pitch the same idea presented on my application stage as well? Okay. So what you applied with, so what you said in your application is not, we are not going to hold you to that. You may well shift the needle and change your plan, your idea as you move through. What we do encourage you to do, though, is to try and see the process through with a business that is in the similar vein to what you originally started with. But there is nothing saying that is the rule. All right. You present what you need to present. This is you and your business. You are the most important part of this process. Okay. So this is not a school in the traditional sense. It's not we're not testing you on a level that is academic. We're testing you in a way that allows you to grow and enhance whatever it is you have and whoever it is you are. Okay. When being assigned business coaches, are we going to be split according to the industry and specialize? Okay, so our coaches are extremely well trained in all aspects of startup entrepreneurship, and this is a broad church. It allows our coaches to be able to access and work with just about any industry. When there is limitation of knowledge in terms of technical aspects within the business, our coaches will be absolutely honest about that and say, we would like to push you to reach out to industry experts X, Y, in X, Y, and Z way. These questions we're not necessarily going to be able to help you with. But I can assure you that the essence and the theory and all the practice around what entrepreneurship is as a science as well as an art is held very strongly by our coaching strategy. Will we need to compile a full traditional business plan, or would we produce a pitch deck as well? All will be revealed, Tabo. It is going to be a combination of the two, and these things that you're going to create are going to be dynamic. Dynamic means that they're going to be ever evolving and adaptable. So what you create is not a final product. It is a thing that you're going to keep on using and working on as you move forward. And we will be teaching you about pitching. We'll be teaching you about presentation skills, about, all those details will certainly come through in the program. Is there ongoing coaching outside of the program, business coaching? Sima, unfortunately, you need to use these 12 weeks to the max. We don't yet offer additional coaching thereafter. But that being said, because we have such a strong alumni group, such a strong group of entrepreneurs who have gone on to be successful, this family has certainly become an extremely supportive community. And there's many opportunities for connecting you to potential mentors, to other coaches, to people who have gone through similar experiences. And that is why I say, not in a traditional sense will you get further coaching after the program, but there's very good chance of being able to be connected to the kind of support you may need. Okay. Will we get our business registered on the 7th week, or only guidelines? So this is a guideline, Kaklejo, because some people may not want to register at this stage. Registration is not mandatory, and there's so many options, and we can't go into the details right now, but there are unbelievable opportunities to think about how and when you do the registration, and this has to do with the stage of business you're in, the kind of trade you're going to be doing, the kind of tax implications and legal implications you may be facing. So it's not a one size fits all, and we will certainly guide you towards what needs to happen, but you will need to take that forward under our guidance. Is there training on sales conversion where you receive a lot of queries, don't turn into sales? I think that should be one of the training goals now that I think about it. Similar, absolutely. Sales is a massive part of business, and there is a lot to be covered in that session. And we do have a dedicated module on how that works. And I believe if I just look at the number of entrepreneurs in this room and the experience that there is here, that this is going to be a super interesting week. Because there's a lot, and this is where I believe cross-pollination is so important, because the way people sell in certain industries is markedly different from industry to industry. But I believe that there is opportunity to learn a lot about conversion, about strategies around sales from one another. But yes, that week is obviously going to be an important one for you, and I hope that you enjoy that content. Does each week have an assessment that needs to be submitted? Okay, it's not always on YouTube. There may be submissions that are written. There may be video submissions. This will be very clearly articulated to you, and the expectations will be set for you at the beginning of each week. And as Tanya mentioned, at the end of that week, you will need to submit your activity. And again, we will be showing you there's how-to guides as to how to do that and what the expectation is. Remember, the word assessment, it's a difficult word, because what we're doing is we're coaching. So yes, we will assess your work, but we are going to be interrogating your work and working with you to strengthen what that work is. So by providing helpful feedback, by asking pointed questions, by challenging your thinking, your activities are going to then be ultimately build to be documentation and thinking that you will use forever as an entrepreneur. Okay. There will be practices for pitching. Absolutely. The course is scaffolded in such a way that you will build towards being a brilliant presenter and pitcher. So that you'll see as the weeks unfold. Rudy, I'm not sure. You said you saw an advertisement for Startup School 2 that I was going to apply for, but I didn't. It seems to run at the same time as this course. No, there's no secondary phase. This is the program. So I'm not sure. Perhaps you saw two of the same ad, but Rudy, you are on the program, the Startup School program, and you're exactly where you're meant to be. Is the 100K funding awarded to one organization only, or is the funding award split between several brands? And Yasha, that is a good question. The judging process, which will be explained to you very carefully towards the end of the program, is such that there's a shortlisting process and then a final round judging where once you're on the shortlist, you have an opportunity to pitch virtually to a panel of judges who represent diverse industries and diverse investment knowledge. And they have the final say as to what happens with that money. So they sit as a group of funders, and they can look at these businesses and go, well, this business we can shift the needle by giving them 20,000, and this one shift the needle by giving them the full 100,000. That's up to them, and that is done objectively by people who are experienced as funders. Startup School does not make those decisions. And let me tell you, and I know that this is a reason I can tell you is because it's just happened. The last presentation of last year, the judges found an extra 75,000 Rand to give. So they gave 100,000 plus 75,000 across three businesses. So it really is, it is up to the judges, and it's a super exciting day. But that's in the future. We need to get there. Kanyasile, so the competition, is it judged based on the pitch based or on the progress throughout the course? It is definitely a dual thing. You will not have the opportunity to submit to this competition unless you have gone through the program successfully, unless you've compiled the documents, unless you've done the activity. So essentially, without doing the program, you're not even in the running. And then the shortlisting happens on an objective outside party who scores the stuff that you submit, and it's a comprehensive pack. It's a pitch, it's documentation, it's a whole, and you'll see all that stuff towards the end. And then that then goes forward to a final round judging panel who then interrogate the documentation and and then we'll have the opportunity to actually meet the shortlisted candidates. You mentioned that the panel judges may extend funds, but it is mentorship by either of the panelists considered. Absolutely. Mentorship is not necessarily given by the judges, but we have seen many times when key industry players have been introduced to our winners to support them on their journey. Our judging panel is extremely well connected. So there are representations from Investec and from other big business. And these guys know loads and loads of people. Also, Stuart Cohen is one of the founders of Startup School, is the chairman at the Graduate School of Business Foundation. He knows his network is massive. And so there's definitely opportunities for connection to interesting people and support beyond the funding. Cool. We have 2 minutes to go, and I feel like there probably are more questions to be asked, but I think I've managed to smash through the ones that have come through on the chat. Tanya, have I missed any? Did you see if I missed any?
I'm just going to look. I think there's one. Can everyone share their websites or WhatsApp group after the boot camp? And I think you can share your websites on the discussion forums, just like Jared mentioned. That's where you can connect and share details if you need to start that networking process. So hop on those discussion forums today if you can, see what businesses are out there, and you can potentially connect and see websites and groups, etc.
Cool. So Kisa, those discussion forums are opened immediately on the launch of each module, so that they are open continuously. Just a note on that, on the networking again. When you complete the program, because I hope that everybody sitting in the room today is going to make it through to the end of this intense 12 weeks. The alumni of Startup School have an opportunity to put their profile onto the alumni group. And the alumni group is a dashboard similar to the one you see in the learning environment that you're on. And this allows you to keep an active live profile saying who you are, what your business is, what your industry is, with contact details. So there's an opportunity for not just inside this class or this group for you to be able to connect back to any of the entrepreneurs who have completed Startup School with us. And that's a hugely important part of what this whole process is. So I know we've hit 1 o'clock. I want to just say it's going to be a busy, intense ride, but because you are entrepreneurs, I know that you are motivated by opportunity, and you are motivated by the idea of newness and by challenge. And this is what we expect to see in the next 12 weeks: new things, challenges. It's great, but more importantly, opportunities. So I encourage you to stay with us, keep running, stay on the treadmill. You will get stronger, I promise. And know that you are in a supported environment. We really do believe in people being able to make mistakes, people being able to ask what they think are stupid, silly questions. We love them. Ask the questions, make the mistakes. This is a learning environment. This is the opportunity to play, to test, to engage, to really, really exercise your muscle as entrepreneurs, and ultimately try and add positively to what's going on in the world. I believe you are all problem solvers and are going to be the answer to many of the issues that we currently face. So again, a congratulations and a huge thank you to all of you. And we look forward to launching on Monday with your first week of content. And I look forward to seeing your engagement on the discussion forums. And I also look forward to seeing you at the next live session. So we're going to wrap up now. Again, thank you for your time, and thanks Tanya and Simon, and I really, really do appreciate everything that you are doing, and know that it's going to be an extremely fun next few weeks. So all the best, rest well this weekend, and we'll see you on Monday.